Hey everybody, this is Corey from Thought Soldiers. So I got a channeled message today from Archangel Michael. I wanted to share it with everybody. Something to kind of remember as we're going along our journey, and basically, since a lot of us are stepping into our path and really starting to fine-tune what's going on with our inward condition in order to be on the front lines and to help other individuals, we're being called to get to a level of mastery now with the understanding of the inward-outward approach, as I call it, as above, so below, inward, outward, upward, and how this inward and upward connection then extends outward, and I'll get into more of that. But the message is this: master love, and you can conquer the world. Be truth, and you will see what the divine truly has to offer. Speak kindness in the truth of submission. Be free to express love without conditions. So this was really important to me to hear today, just because of, I've had a lot of time to really just kind of reflect and connect recently, and start to understand more and fine tune, channeling, being more guided, a lot more going inward, and really trying to set up some sort of structure in my life. And what was interesting is that, when we join the Lightworker journey, or wake up to the truth of what we are and why we came here, and our individual assignments on this journey, and how it was divinely guided and inspired, a lot of people want to just jump onto the front lines and go, what do I do? How do I get involved? How can I be loving and caring and compassionate and help people that are waking up? But once again, it's something that has to start inward, and get mastered on the inside before it can extend outward. This is something where it's something where I when I started to find what I loved about myself, and the things about this inward love and how it extends outward. It started with a few things, and it's not to the point where it's 100% whole yet. So, it's one of those things that's constantly worked on and constantly mastered. And this journey is never a level of completion. It's fine tuning and honing in on your craft and your truth, and having to unwind all the years of stuff and all the years of crap that's been caught up to this point in time. And, when it comes to that inward mastery, it's always evolving, and there's never that, once again, that point of completion. And being able to understand that too is very important for this process, is to know that there is no ending point. Like, the ending point in the way that I interpret things right now in this moment, and I'm speaking that because things once again are ever evolving and changing. My truth changes as I expand and grow consciously, is that when I come to the end and everything is completed, that's when my time is up here and I choose to ascend. And so getting into that and understanding that, it will bring a level of humility and a level of honor for not only the path, but to spirit as well, and the connection and these learning lessons, and to then embrace all of that. And to embrace all that, and to let that in, and to let that be the guiding force. I have a lot of people that come to me with questions of stuff, and right now I'm really trying to direct everybody inward. And it's not as a deflection point, like I don't want to, I want to do less or anything. It's just that it's good to have that external confirmation. But the more that you learn to trust and listen to this voice inside, that loving voice that's telling you right and wrong and what to do, and not seeking that external validation, the more that you get in line with your higher self, get in line with your destiny and your truth, and seeking that is through that mastery of self-love. And so if you're having a tough time going inward for love, go upward. And this is something that I'm noticing, is that when I show, I've been very quick to show love externally to others, but I don't show myself that same love. And so when I show that when I show that unconditionally others, but I don't unconditionally love myself, there's kind of a fracture in the pavement and in the process of the giving and receiving and the kinds of things that show up in my life, and the kind of things that I start to attract. Because, once again, inward, outward. And I've been finding recently to be able to go up in the amount of self-love and internal love, I'm showing love upward. I'm extending that gratitude upward. And as long as I extend that gratitude upward, that opens this connection to let that divine love speak through me outward. So that's, it's kind of channeling, is being able to clear these blocks and let this divine love and divine information come from above, and then let it be expressed outward. Because we're all just merely vessels for this level of expression, this heavenly expression, and anchoring it into this realm and into this reality to spread it outward to help everyone else go upward. Because once again, it's upward, inward, out. So if you're having a tough time finding inward love, show love, unconditional love and gratitude for upward. And when I say upward, it's really, this is dependent upon your belief. If you have landed on the light worker journey, you obviously believe in something greater than you. Some people, if I go upward, people will think heaven, angels, whatever. I'm projecting what people could potentially be thinking. And especially with dogmatic programming and a lot of traumas that many people have faced in the churches, in various sects and groups, things like that. It may be hard to extend that gratitude upward, but whatever you believe and whatever you choose to call upon as your guidance, that is what I mean, is when you go upward, is to extend your gratitude to spirit, whatever that may be, whether it's your ancestors, a relative that's still around, their energy still around, just still showing that gratitude and showing that love to spirit invites that information to come in, which will help you to master this on the inside, and then it can go outward. So seeking truth, when it comes down to a majority of us on this lightworker journey, is just seeking truth, is seeking what's really going on, what's real, what's tangible for us. And to seek that truth, it requires us to be true. So it requires a level of, I'm taking a deep breath because this is something I still have a tough time with, is accepting my truth and letting that go outward into my reflection, and being able to remove these masks and remove these veils and to strip all of that away and to let my inward treasure shine. And this makes me think of the book The Alchemist. I'm reading the book right now, and it talks about the boy that shows up at a castle to find a wise man. And he waits in the lobby for 2 hours to talk to this wise man. The wise man hands him a spoon with some oil on it and says, "Go walk around and enjoy the treasures of my place, but do not drop any oil out of the spoon. Make sure you keep all the oil in the spoon." So this kid walks around for 2 hours. He's focused the entire time on the oil in the spoon. And when he comes back to the wise man says, "So how'd you enjoy, the tapestry on the walls and the garden that took 10 years to build and all these things around the castle?" And he said, "I couldn't enjoy those things because I was watching the oil." And he goes, "Now go back out and go enjoy my treasures. How are you supposed to understand a man and trust a man if you don't know his house and know his treasures? So go ahead and go back out there." And he goes back out there. The kid goes and is loving all the treasures of his castle, and then comes back down and talks to the wise man and shows him gratitude. He said, "Now where's all the oil in the spoon?" He had spilt all the oil in the spoon because he was paying so much attention to everything externally. And that's where we have to find a balance point. This teaching is teaching us that balance point of valuing the treasure within while still enjoying what is going on around us. And that is valuing our truth and letting us be true in our nature, which means that we're not perfect, which means that we have scars, which means that we have things and quirks about us that we may not like. But being true is just being able to express that. And that level of expression feeds the missing pieces in our life. So I had a video yesterday about the missing pieces, and this level of expression. So expressing these things, whether it's creative expression, whether it's through writing, through art, through dance, through singing, through letting yourself be a maniac every once in a while. I have my moments where I'm just sarcastic and I'm dry and I'm super witty. My humor gets very dark sometimes. I will talk about extremely inappropriate things at times, and it's because that is my level of expression. That level of expression is what feeds those missing pieces in here. And once again, it's not something I'm doing 100% by the book, because there are some other levels of expression that I'm working myself up to in my day-to-day life to where I can express myself at a certain level and be able to feel comfortable doing that. So once again, it's a work in progress, never 100% perfect. But this wholeness that we seek within from these, these missing aspects that we are now filling, this wholeness comes through oneness with our being. And separation has to be completely gone. So that universal truth of we are one with everything around us, that connected nature, is what helps to create this wholeness. And these are, once again, realizations like the wholeness thing through oneness and the separation. That's something I'm still trying to practice because I still isolate and I hermit a lot, especially with where I'm at right now. I'm not very extremely happy with where I'm at in life. I'm happy with where I'm at mindset-wise, where my heart is at, and the things I'm taking up as far as treating myself with unconditional love and unconditional kindness. But that level of separation now is being removed, and that's something that's happened with the recent energies, is removing those barriers and realizing you are one with everything. One with the plants, one with Gaia, one with every individual. You are one with the unawakened people. So that's another paradigm that needs to be dropped, is this like, oh, I don't want to be on this earth plane because this earth plane is horrible and there's these nasty things, and yeah, there is, but we are one with all of that. All of those parts are what make up the whole. All of it is what makes up the whole, and the orchestration and this divine experience that we are all going through right now. So that's pretty much it, actually, is just those little things and that nice little message from Archangel Michael, something I wanted to share. That just being able to master love is how we can conquer the world, because like that is a universal currency that is kind of the new paradigm for how we relate and how we connect, is through unconditional love. And the reminder that I want to put out there is, by loving unconditionally doesn't mean overextension or loving externally and not loving yourself. The mastery of love is loving within and letting that go outward, and letting that upward come inward, outward. So, if you are encountering things in your day-to-day existence where someone steps in and you're just feeling that little bit of like, and this person is going to drain your energy, or the situation is just unfavorable to you, you're out of resonance with it, saying no is a form of mastery in the love department, because you're loving yourself unconditionally by saying, nope, I'm not going to let this happen. So something I wanted to touch base on is that if you feel like you are not loving because you are saying no to someone, but it's saying yes to yourself, that's the mastery of love. And it's finding that balance of when to say yes, when to say no, but also to yourself, not only externally, but inward as well. And then showing that gratitude upward and keeping that channel flowing evenly and letting that energy flow through naturally. And it's something that I'm fine-tuning myself, is still going within and going up, and then letting that kind of blast out and extend outward through my heart. Let my heart open and let those things out, and let it reflect outwards in how I embody it. And that's not through just words, it's through actions as well, which is some level of practice it takes for that level of vulnerability. So that's all I got, guys. Much love and respect to everybody out there. Appreciate everyone that's reached out and said hello. I'm very, very content with where I'm at in my journey right now, but still trying to seek that balance of give and take, and also being 100% trusting of the process, because it's just, there are some aspects that come in, you're like, why is this going on? And patience is key. So if you're just waking up and you want to jump into the front lines, and you're like, I want to be a forerunner, I want to be out there blazing the trail, I want to know everything right now, I want to know why, and this and this and that. Just trust that all of it will come in divine timing. You've got people here that will answer questions, but we're not going to answer all of them, because a lot of this journey isn't everything being handed over. There's some work that involves this, and it's inward work, and it's upward work. It's connections to a higher perspective, and being able to seek that truth within. And we are here to help hold space and to be trigger points for you to go inward. And the way showers and the ones that are blazing the trail. Also note too, we go through our own things. It's not like we've reached a level of completion and we are now the teacher and that's it. No, it's always a learning process, and we're always learning and evolving. And so we're very much so human too, and we're just on this quest towards embodying our higher self to the greatest degree and greatest level we can, and keeping everything in perfect harmony. So that's all I got, guys. Much love and respect to everybody out there in the Webiverse, and I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.